What's going on, beautiful people? It's your girl, Miss Thursday, and we are back with another episode of Beats Per Minute podcast where hip hop, health, and matters of the heart are always in sync. You can always check in on the live conversation every Thursday at 7 p.m. EST here on YouTube or on our Facebook page. And it's supposed to be on IG, but for some reason it be tripping. But either way, you can find us every Thursday on YouTube and Facebook, and just join in the live conversation. If you miss it, still please join in by commenting. Let us know that you were here, because we definitely respond back. All right. So just want to give a shout out to Breast Health Matters for this dope t-shirt that I got over the weekend. I went to the Black Health Matters Summit, and it was really dope. Learned a lot, and was able to make some major connections and just hear about some stuff that I did not know. And I definitely felt like it was an important event to go to. As Black and Brown people, we continue to still deal with health disparities, and we need to make sure that we're educating ourselves and educating each other so that we can live a healthy, fruitful life. Okay. All right. So without further ado, I don't want to hold up my next guest. I've definitely been excited about this conversation tonight. So coming from the D, she definitely is representing, her home state, and everywhere she goes, she just, puts it down. But Detroit Barbie is no stranger to a fight. She is known for her hard hitting, lyrics. And so we are so excited to have you with us today. I just have been so ready for this conversation ever since I met you back in January. We were at the Coalition DJ's 16th anniversary party, and my girl Danny was like, "Oh my God, that's Detroit Barbie. She would be so good for your show." And when I came up and introduced myself, I barely told you what I did, but I was like, I have a podcast and we talk about hip hop health. You was like, "I'm on it. Just get my information." So I want to, just say thank you. I wanted you to know that my biggest reason for having you on this week is because, one, I wanted to celebrate you. I wanted to start out this Women History Month celebrating you and all of your accomplishments and your journey and your transparency and everything that you're doing, for women in hip hop. I appreciate it. And so without further ado, again, let's welcome and celebrate Miss Detroit Barbie. So I
Hello.
gotta say it because I'm a big BMF fan. What up, though?
What up, though? Yeah. See, I care a lot. I was just talking about that earlier. My friends, and I was like, I'm gonna approach people as "What up, though?" But like, do men like that or not? I don't
I
know.
know, right? Well, I don't know about though, but I just been like, I love that.
Yeah. um,
How is everything
like,
going on your end?
say that again.
I said, how's everything going on your end?
Great, great. It's amazing to be, blessed and still here. So, I'm just enjoying life at this point.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So just to let you know, the way I usually start the show is I like to ask my guests, like, what made you fall in love with hip hop? Like, what was that thing that made you be like, oh, wait a minute, I kind of like this. And then to the point where you wanted to be a part of it.
So I would say ever since I was a little girl, I love music. Um,
Mhm.
I wasn't doing music though. Like I didn't start doing music until 2019. But growing up as a little kid, I always liked to listen to music. I was that kid that always knew every song off the radio.
Mhm.
Like my mom would play music and I would know everything. And I always had an old soul because I always liked the older stuff. Like I'd be listening to Supersonic. Like, you know what I mean? Like I just love music. I love the Grammys. I just love how entertainment.
Mhm.
entertainment in hip hop was always something that attracted me as a kid. I was
Gotcha.
always one of the ones that I was always the kid that wanted to watch it. I was the one that was watching the documentaries. It just attracted me as a kid, and
Mm,
I don't know why it took me so long to do it, because
mhm,
once I did it, it was automatic, and it was
mm.
like it was my passion. It was like it was my passion. I didn't even know it.
Gotcha, gotcha. And that's pretty dope because, I think that, you've always kind of had like this entertaining like thing in you. I always like to, go and kind of, research and listen to other interviews that my, um guests have, just so I can really kind of, find out little things about them and not ask maybe the same questions that everybody asks them. But I definitely,
Yeah.
thought that it was dope that you always kind of was in that space, whether it was, gymnastics or whatever, you've always kind of had that in you to want to, perform and want to, kind of, be that light for other people as well, honestly,
Yeah.
and so we have seen over the years there's been a big shift in hip hop where my generation, back when Latifah and like artists like, MC Light were out, we saw where it was like, you know, you kind of, they almost made you choose one or, one artist over the other in a way. And we've seen over the years where there's been so many female artists coming out and like really excelling in that space. Like as a female, hip hop artist, how does that make you feel knowing that like, right now you guys got the spotlight?
So with that, I love it. I love that we are able to show what we got,
Hmm.
and talk about our experience and what we go through. It's only one thing that kind of makes me feel kind of weird, and that's when people say, "Oh, women only talk about the p word,
Hmm.
or dancing or twerking and different things like that." But at the end of the day, that's what we do as women. That's what
Hmm.
we do, to have fun, you know what I mean, or have a good time.
Hmm.
See, me, I can talk about a lot of different things. I am very versatile. I have music talking about my life experience. I have music talking about, you know, just whatever I'm going through, or something that I may have seen someone else experience, or something like that. But then at the end of the day, I like to have fun. So
Hmm.
I mean, I'm always going to be twerking. I'm always going to be. That's what I do. And
Hmm.
normally, when I'm around other women, even if they're not that kind of girl, normally when they get in my energy, they do it, and then they say, "Oh, this is the most fun I've ever had,"
Hmm.
because at the end of the day, we just want to have girls just want to have fun,
Hmm.
good time. We don't, I mean, I'm not a man, so I'm not going to talk about sex, money, and drugs, or and with the ops, and put a
Right.
cap in somebody's butt. I don't do that, you know. So I can't rap about that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So really, with the women, it's like right now, everybody's life has been so hard these past years.
Hmm.
Just want to have fun, and the girls are making fun music. Even guys are having fun to the music that
Hmm.
making, because it's just about having a good time.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you brought that up because that was going to be kind of my next question. I know that this generation of artists gets a lot of flack about the content and what you're talking about. And the females, I feel like more than the men, because it's like, is that all they have to talk about? And so I'm really glad that you kind of brought that up in the way that you explained it. Last week when I was talking to my daughter on here and we were talking about, the idea of like when, Killer Mike just won, the Grammys, and there was this young gentleman that got a lot of flack for the fact that he was like, well, who is Killer Mike? And, people like, oh, you don't know who Killer Mike is? And, and he's dope in that. And then he came back, he said, okay, I listened and I think he is dope, but he's not for me. He's not for my generation. Like we just want to have fun. We just want to vibe out. Whereas like my generation wanted the lyricism. We wanted the, certain things. And so I think that it's really interesting in that we have to start listening to each other because like I feel like as a older person who's grown up in hip hop, I can still have my preferences, and that's for those artists of my time to make music for my generation. And, younger generations are to make music for their generation. And
Yeah,
that we need to stop trying to make somebody be something that they're not or something that they don't want to be, because every generation has a sound. And this is your sound for right now.
it's our sound for right now, but me, I go both ways.
Oh,
And
yeah.
think that people don't pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think, because even in your generation, women were still rapping about the same thing that we're rapping about.
Very
What
true.
I can rap. I can rap any Lil Kim lyric. I can
Mm-hmm.
rap MC Light. I can rap. We were all. I would say Queen Latifah a little more off, but even Missy Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
They all rapped about the same thing because we're rapping about things that women do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe the beats may be different, but the
Mm-hmm.
words literally the same thing. We're saying the same thing. We
Right.
may be a little more vulgar.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they were wording it different, but they were still
Mm-hmm.
talking about the same thing. Either they
Yeah.
was dancing, they were talking about the P word, they were talking about sexual intercourse with men. This is
Mm-hmm.
what women talk about. It's nothing
Yeah.
different.
Right. Right.
It's
I,
about how you rap it, because people look at me different because I might not be as raw as Sexy Red.
mm-hmm.
I may be a little bit more lyrical in the way that I rap. I would rap
Mm-hmm.
about twerk music, but people kind of cling to me because of the way that I word these things. But I'm still talking about the same thing too,
Right.
because us as women, we're sex symbols. You have
Mm-hmm.
to sex sales. You got to you got to talk about it. I can't talk about something that I don't do. I can't talk
Right.
about something that a woman should not be talking about. And us
Right.
talk about the same thing. It's just a little different. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. I love that. I love that. Because I think that that's important. Like, we can't get away from the fact that, from the beginning of rap, you've always had different sounds anyway, whereas my brother and them, they caught flack for the idea of, the gangster rap compared to the conscious rap. So, either way it goes, there's always going to be some chatter about what people think you should be doing. And then 10, 15 years, 20 years from now, it'll be like, oh, they were so dope, oh, they were the go, so you have to, do what's real and be, realistic and transparent, because I think that's what brings your vibe. Your vibe brings your tribe. So if you're being fake and you're talking about stuff you don't know, like nobody's going to really listen to you, anyway. And, and just like you said, you're very versatile. I don't know if you noticed, but of course, this episode is named after your song "No Pain, No Gain," and I just think like number one, you have the fun turn up songs, of course, because you are the real turn up queen. But that song is very deep. It's absolutely thought provoking and makes you think. And I think that no matter where you are in life, you can identify with that. What made you create No Pain No Gain, in that space, in this moment? What made you feel like, this is the song that I need to kind of come out with for this year?
Well, I was ready to, because people always say, "Oh, don't switch up your flow. Don't, if you're going to be doing this, you need to do this. Don't confuse your fans." And, they want to say all these things. But to me, I was just ready to talk about it at that time. I was ready to talk about, you can be in one space Monday and be in a different space on Tuesday. Um,
Right.
that's why my project that I'm working on creating, it's going to be called Monday through Sunday.
Mm.
And the reason why uh, I'm creating that, because especially women, especially women, we can wake up one day. I am so sick of this bang. Listen, I'm done with it. It's okay. I hurried up and quickly curled my hair before I got on here.
No
I,
worries.
I was bald before this. Maybe it even.
The
But
versatility.
yes, but I can say that us as women, we have different emotions, we have different feelings about things.
Mhm.
um 1 minute we can be feeling great, and then the next 10 minutes we might be emotional about some things. They call us emotional beings, and that is true.
Mhm.
That is true. So days of the week, you know what I mean? If it's a sunny day, you're feeling good. You want to be outside on the grill, you want to listen to some good music, have a couple drinks and party. But then
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, it can be like a warm day and it's like, oh, I maybe just want to chill, clean up, sip some wine. And then on Wednesday, it's raining and now you're thinking about everything that's gone wrong in your life. You're like, oh my God, it's gloomy outside. 13 years ago. I remember, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's kind of how it is.
Yeah.
So when I made that song, I was just feeling that day and I was just thinking about all the things that I had experienced and went through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like sitting in the studio with Cutter Classics and we're sitting here. He's like, what? I'm like, I want to make a song, a pain song. And I was like, I wanted it to be like Shy Glizzy's the funeral song. I was like, I want to choir.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I want a choir in it, and then I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to sample Tupac's "The Pain" movie from the Pain song from Above the Rim, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
all over the place with it. I'm like, I want to make a song like that. If I make a Pain song, I want to have a choir in it, and I'm like, and I'm just gonna talk about everything that I experienced and how I'm feeling. I'm mad. My friends ain't my friends no more. You know what I mean? I done been through so much. I done been homeless. I done been so much, and I'm still sitting here doing this music stuff. So
Right.
will quit. And even and that was before I had cancer. I made that song
Mhm.
before cancer. So imagine how
Wow.
now, you know what I mean?
Right.
And,
Right.
and it's so much going on. Life is changing. I can have $20 today and don't have it tomorrow. And then it's like, who can I call? And
Mm-hmm.
feeling all these different feelings. And I'm like, I just want to talk about it. It's time to talk about it. And I know
Yeah.
people that are going through it. Whenever people ask me, I just tell them to keep going because I know if my life is rough, I know it's people that have, that's
Mhm.
lived a way more life that's like rough and you know what I mean. So I'm like, I gotta do something to motivate people. I don't care
Yeah.
if it's twerk. If I'm telling you to twerk right now, you probably need to twerk, even if you don't. You know what I mean? If I'm telling
Mhm.
you something, then it's gonna, I always tell people good things and the right thing to do because oh my God, I can just imagine. I ain't
Yeah.
been hot, but I know other people, you look people just because they have nice things don't mean that you don't know what they had
Mhm.
to go through.
That's true. Very true. I want to give a shout out to Rap a Lot History. They were checking in the comments. So thank you for joining us today. And back to the Monday through Sunday. Just let me know if you need me to jump on that Thursday. That one
Yeah,
I got you.
yes. Yeah. I I have a song for each day. And I kind of sat down with my team and we kind of just discussed like how, what days would be good, what songs
Mhm.
would be good for the days of the week. And
Mhm.
I no pain, no gain. That's Sunday.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, but yeah, let me know. I'll be here.
I do.
Just playing. But yeah, I think that's dope. And I think that, it is so true. Number one, as women, we go through different emotions and different things. And some of even the stuff that you named that we could go through on a day, every other day or every day. Some days we could go through it all in one. We could have those really high moments where we're super happy and grateful and thankful, and then something happens and then we're sad or whatever, and like we pull ourselves up our bootstraps, and we get right back to wherever we are. And as mothers, we have to be one way for our children. As women, we have to be one way for ourselves. Or if you're in a relationship, we're multi-fact, like functional beings. And so we go through all these different emotions, and there's nothing wrong with that. And one of the things that you did bring up about the fact that have had your battle with cancer, and I wanted to allow you to really kind of talk about that as much as you want. But I thought that it was really dope where I heard you say that you weren't cursed with it, that God blessed you with that. Can you talk about the idea of why you felt that way in that moment when you said that, and just your journey through going through that? Because it's not like you're like you're older, like you're in the height of your career, and then you get hit with this news.
So when I very first found out that cancer was, well, I found okay. So let's go back to when I first found the lump.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in Oklahoma. We had a concert there, and I was in
Mm-hmm.
OK. And I was telling my stylist and my friend, and I was like, "Hey, y'all, I got a little lump here on my breast. I don't know if it's my birth control or maybe it's something with my cycle or something, but I have it up there and I'm gonna go and get it checked out because, you know, I don't know, it feels weird. And so I went and I got a biopsy done and I was already nervous the whole time, getting a mammogram and all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm thinking cancer, but I'm not thinking cancer. I don't want to think cancer, but I
Right.
hate back of my mind. You know what I mean? And then every time I would tell people that I had a lump on my breast, they would be like, you know what I mean? Everybody was acting so scared, and I just was like worried.
Mm-hmm.
So after going to the doctor and getting it checked out and stuff, they wound up calling me and giving me a call. And the doctor called, and as soon as I answered the phone, he was like, he's asked my name, date of birth, check it out, everything. And then he's like, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew it wasn't good news. So
Mm-hmm.
talked to me and he told me like I had cancer, breast. No, he said the tumor that I had in my breast was cancerous. And so, I immediately started to cry because it hit me like, whoa, I got cancer. And I'm still young. So to me, oh, I can die tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
and on, you know what I mean? So I'm like, whoa, and then that was the first thing I thought. Then I thought about my kids. What are my kids gonna do? Oh my God, my career. Like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like what? So it kind of broke me all the way down. I didn't understand. I didn't understand what I needed to do, how I needed to do it. Then he told me that the cancer I had was very aggressive. And
Mm-hmm.
it was fast growing. And then every day I was feeling it get bigger because from the time that I found my lump to the time that they told me what it was already bigger. So,
Wow.
oh my God, and he was like, well, we're going to have to get you in chemo immediately. Now, at this time, I was still booked up for months.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh my God, and he was like, well, I'll let you get one more show in and da 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 da. And then, you're going to have to rest. And this is that and the third. I wasn't trying to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. One ear and out the other. Chemo is
Mm-hmm.
take me out. I don't care. You know what I mean? So I would go to chemo. I never missed chemo. I went to chemo and did what I had to do, but I also continued to do what I needed to do because if cancer is gonna take me out, I'm going out with a bang. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna sit around and cry and dwell and mope that I have this disease. I'm gonna fight
Mm-hmm.
it. And if I win this battle, great. If I don't, then I went out with a bang and I showed cancer who was boss. You
Right.
so and I can honestly tell you that the experience that I had with cancer was one of the best experiences that I had in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought bad. I was like, oh, when I was losing weight, I was like, oh, okay. Well, this weight I needed to lose. My hair fell out. Okay, I only had a little more that only just a little lit more than what I had. So what difference was that? The hair
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a big deal. I wear wigs all the time. Of course, I don't have
Mm-hmm.
edges anyway, so we'll take the rest of it anyway. And I'm just like, my skin didn't get bad. My skin stayed clear. It was a glow. I had a glow. I was still shining. I was still shining at all of my shows. I was still doing do. I never got tired. Even when I shot videos, I recorded. I did a lot on chemo days. I had all the energy in the world on Tuesdays, and that's because I
Wow.
my body. I was getting chemo every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, I motivated myself to do something. I didn't want to lay around and be, some. There was some dark days.
Mm-hmm.
It's a roller coaster. It was some dark days. Oh my God, I don't want to do this. But then I had my team. My team motivated me too.
Mm-hmm.
Motivated me, and I had a very, very good support system during this period of time. And so, they kept me and they didn't give up on me.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't give up on me and said, oh, she got cancer. Let me try to find another job. Let me start putting my all into something else because she may not be here long. No, they were like, girl, come on, we got stuff to do. We ain't finished yet. Come on, get up, let's go. You know what I mean? let's do that, you know. So I feel like my support system, my mindset, and everything around me helped me beat this cancer. People, if there's anybody that's watching that is experiencing cancer or has family member that's experiencing it, smile more, make them laugh, you know, watch some comedy. I'm telling you, laughing and being uppity and happy will get you out of that dark space for sure.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that because, that is really amazing. And then I think also, as, people who may be in that space where, they don't really know what to tell their family and friends what they need, or their family and friends don't know how to ask them what they need. They need to hear that from someone like, this is what you need to give them. This is what got me through, your attitude, and I'm sure you had days where, you know, might not been as happy as or whatever, or had days where you wanted to have a pity party, but, your attitude going through that is amazing, and I believe that a lot of times, sometimes having that kind of attitude is what helps you to get through it, and it keeps your body from breaking down more than what it possibly would, because it really is an amazing attitude to have. It's a hard thing to go through still. I know that, it was very scary when my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer and she had to, have surgery. It was very scary for us, but she was older, so I can't even imagine, being young and in the height of your career and everything, that what that felt like. But you have really, like you said, dog walk cancer, because you have like literally taken this journey and you shared it with so many people through your social media, at your shows or whatever. And, and even that light, it stays with you, because like the day I met you, it was like you just were glowing even then. You stood out, but you were glowing even then. And and we need that, because in our space, sadly, as Black women, we're, you know, always the highest in everything. And a lot of times, by the time we might have got diagnosed, it's already, you know, um, been in our body for years or whatever. A lot of times, just because of our physical makeup, like our breasts are usually denser, so it's harder for them to find, or some people don't have insurance, so they're not regularly going and getting screening. Can you talk about, do you know the exact type that you had? Do you know if you had like triple negative, or if you had inflammatory, you had triple negative? Yeah, and like triple negative and inflammatory are like some of the hardest ones to fight, but we're the highest in receiving those two diagnoses. And it doesn't make sense that, we don't have more information about why that really is, why it's so prevalent in Black women compared to any other race, and why a lot of times we are still dealing with racism when it comes to receiving care. Sometimes when we do complain of something, some doctors still kind of ignore it or say, oh, there's nothing wrong, or they don't take that extra step. So it's so important when we have those good doctors to shout them out and stay with them.
Now, I will explain this part.
Hmm.
I'm just a strong girl.
Hmm.
Um, my care at my oncology was horrible. My experience
Hmm.
was horrible. I never felt I never been around a group of people that treated me like I didn't matter.
Wow.
I was treated like I didn't matter. Probably because of my strength. That's how I look at it. I was the only African American or, Black girl, going through it at that time or going to chemo.
Hmm.
Um, the hospital that I was going to, now my surgeon, she was at a different hospital. Um, they treated me amazing. But where I had oncology,
Hmm.
they didn't treat me good the whole time. I felt attacked. They'll be like, oh, they didn't help me out with anything. Like, and we all know that just because everything that glitters ain't gold. So
Right.
just because I might look like I have money or it might look like this because of social media does not mean that in real life that's what I'm going through, because I have to pay all this stuff. So I don't
Right.
guys are supposed to help me with bills. You guys are supposed to help me with these things. They never help me with anything. Um,
Right.
and they blamed it on my social media. But why are you guys watching my social media? I have cancer right now. And I had, like you said, triple negative. When I found that out, I was really scared as well. But I had to just do whatever's going to happen is going to happen. So I cannot sit here and dwell on that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So with that being said, I had to already deal with the fact that I had triple negative. They were treating me as if it didn't matter. And they were telling me, hey, no, you need to rest. You know, oh, we're not going to do this because we see you see that you were in Atlanta this week, or you were in Jacksonville, Florida this week, or you were in, you know what I mean? Like it was always them telling me or talking about what I did, but not really helping me. And
Right.
surgery, those people are amazing. So Akron General Hospital is where I went. My doctor name was Mendiola. She was very, very sweet to me. And I was
Mm,
telling her, so we were talking about the breast and everything like that. Again, God provided me a tremendous blessing um
mm,
with the surgery that I had when I went. I mean, because I'm always bringing light. I'm always, so the morning of surgery, I'm having a party. It's
mm,
a party in the hospital. I'm making everybody laugh. The whole team come down to talk to me. I'm making them laugh. So going into surgery, we already knew it was going to be great. We already
mhm.
knew I was going to be good. I knew it. I knew it before I even went into it. I mean, I would say that morning, a little feeling of like, ugh. But then I had my friends like, girl, got this. Come on, don't cry. We about to go and do what we got to do. I had
Mhm.
the whole hospital cracking up. I mean, they were laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing. And I'm like, so y'all ready? Let's go. You know, they twilight me. I went out,
Mm.
the dogs barking. I and everything, and I can't. And I remember laughing and cracking jokes, and then
Mm.
waking up. Now, the best part about it is my new boobies. Oh my god! I mean, they were there. I mean, God. Well, I'm glad that I did get it because these boobies are way better than the ones I was born with. I mean, seriously, I still have everything put together. I don't have the lines and the cuts. I'm like, I'm ready to put these girls out. They're ready to. It's the summer, you know, and then that's a blessing too.
Mhm.
I could be, they could not. I could not be able to have them. You know,
Right.
and I'm an entertainer. You know what I mean. So what are we going
Mhm.
to do about me performing and stuff like that? What am I going to wear?
Right.
Gave me these big things. I'm so excited for these. I'm so ready to put on a corset, a bustier. I'm ready to
Uh-oh.
hang right here on the top of them. I'm like, oh my god, So I just think that people going through it, because again, yes, triple negative is a very, 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 very strong. I mean, when they were telling me this stuff, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, what is that? Oh, I got to go out with a bang. Where is the party? I gotta party my way up out this thing.
Mhm.
But to be honest, that whole experience was great. I'm glad I experienced it. I'm glad God took me through that. Um,
Mm.
I am an inspiration to other people. I can help them get through it. Um,
Yes.
Got to keep going no matter what. Like,
Yes.
people complain about small things. I'd be like, oh my God, you have no clue. There's other
Mm.
people that go through things way worse than that. Even I experience it. You have to just keep going. You just can't stop.
Mhm.
Even if you want to. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, what if you make it? You didn't gave up and gave everything. You didn't gave up everything. And now
Yeah.
you still here with nothing.
And
So,
you could get blessed with something better than what you had after you go through it, like you did. So there's that.
I got these big old boobies now. I put them on the table.
Ah, you're awesome. And I'm again, I'm super grateful that I got to have this conversation with you. Hope you feel as loved and as celebrated as you should, because truly you are a gift. Truly you are, a really bright light, and in a world that's not very bright. And really just appreciate the fact that you have been so transparent with your journey, that you have shared not just this, but your life. You've been very transparent about all the things you've gone through, and that you do, really take the time to, like just love on people and just, be there. Like, I know that this is not the most ideal thing, today, you back on your grind and you still took the time, to join me and my followers on, beats per minute to have this conversation. And I really, truly do appreciate you for that. How can people support you? Like, what do you got coming up? And, let them know like where they can follow you and where they can see you and what you got going on.
Okay, so official Detroit Barbie is my Instagram.
Mhm.
Detroit Barbie, you look it up. I'm somewhere talking about something. Don't be alarmed at my behavior because I'm just behaving. Again, I like to have a good time. So if y'all want to have fun, follow me. My music can be up and it can be down. I could be talking about something really, 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 really nasty and freaky, or I can be talking about something that's really, really deep as well. So it just depends. I always keep it a mixed up so that people can relate because you never know what somebody's going through. Um,
Mhm.
Again, Detroit Barbie everywhere you can put my name in, you'll find me. And official Detroit Barbie is where you can find me on all social media platforms. And and listen, only smoke won't hurt you either. You know what I'm saying? So, but to I keep it real. I keep it
Mhm.
real. If y'all looking for realness and a good time, fun, make sure y'all follow me. And
I definitely appreciate it. Well, Mr. Troy, I'm going to let you go because I know that, it's been a day and I appreciate you. I hope I get to see you, in person
are you
again
going to Austin,
soon.
Texas? Are you going to South by Southwest?
No, I got to do the nursing thing. I know my life sucks. I got to, I'm a
It
nurse
don't
in my
stink.
other, profession. So I got to stay here and take care of people.
Yeah, okay. It's
But definitely, if you're going, I hope you enjoy. If you're going to South by Southwest, you're going to see her. Go support. Make sure you check her out. Definitely going to be a good time.
yes,
So
it,
definitely appreciate you, and and we'll just keep trying to see. When you come back to the A, then we'll have to hook
yeah.
up.
I'll be back home in the end of April.
Okay, that's cool. All right, thank you so much for joining in.
Bye, guys.
Appreciate you. All right, everybody. I didn't want to hold her on here too long tonight because she, has been very busy and has had to do a lot. Yes, she is definitely a true star. She is, she really, truly does shine bright. Her personality, as you can see, is just, she's just a very positive person. And I'm really grateful that I got to, bring her on and share her with some people that may not have known about her, and and just let her tell her story and just show you just what a true star she is. You might see at the bottom that you can vote for us because we are up for podcast of the year with the Yo ATL Raps. And so you can vote up until the 20th of April, so we still got a minute. Okay, go vote. Go vote. It's going to be a really dope award show here in Atlanta at the Atrium. Street Sweeper, has really been just a really great support system for so many independent artists and giving them a platform to really shine on too. So I'm excited. It's really going to be going down in the A for real. So April 27th, get your tickets, but first hit that website and go vote for your girl. That's me. All right. So we're going to end this a little early tonight. I definitely appreciate everybody. If this is your first time, checking us out, thank you and welcome. I hope you will come back. I hope that you'll hit that like, that subscribe, that follow, that share, whatever. But I hope you definitely will come back for another conversation. If this, is not your first time, we appreciate you for coming and, kicking it with your girl. Again, my name is Miss Thurzday, and you can join me here every Thursday on Beats Per Minute podcast, where hip hop, health, and matters of the heart are always in sync. Have a good night, y'all.
ATL and surrounding area. Get ready for Yo ATL Raps Video Music Award. Going down Saturday, April the 22nd at the Atrium, 5479 Memorial Drive, Stone Mountain, Georgia. All nominees get in free. $30 to enter. It's the biggest award show in the county. Hosted by Gas Can Shaw of the Eastside Board and DJ Stone of Foxy 105. It's an all pajama fair. Be there. And also, over 20 celebrities will be honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award. You don't want to miss this. Yo ATL Music Video Award.
Hello, little sister. How are you? Very proud of you and your accomplishments. Love you. Take care.